Teaching 114. Love each other. 1. When this skeptical, incredulous, and materialistic humanity finds itself before a divine manifestation or before what they call miracles, instantly look for reasons or evidence to show that there is no supernatural work, nor has there been such a miracle. When a man appears manifesting a spiritual gift that is not common, mockery, doubt, or indifference rises before him, silencing his voice. And when nature, an instrument of my divinity, gives its voices of justice and its messages of warning to men, these all are attributed to chance. Never has humanity been found so insensitive, deaf, and blind to all that is divine, spiritual, and eternal, as in these times. 2. Millions of men call themselves Christians, but most of them do not know the doctrine of Christ. They say they love all the works that I did as a man, but in his way of believing, thinking, and conceiving, show that they do not know the essence of my doctrine. 3. I came to teach you the life of the Spirit. I came to reveal to you the powers that are in thee. For this, I came into the world. 4. I healed the sick without any medicine, spoke with the spirits, liberated the possessed from strange influences, conversed with nature, transfigured myself from man to spirit and from spirit to man. And each one of those works always had the purpose of showing you the path of the evolution of the Spirit. 5. The true essence of my teaching has been hidden by men, who himself does not even show you the image of Christ, the one who came to die to make you live. 6. Today you are living the result of your estrangement from the Master who came to teach you. An environment of pain surrounds you. Your smallness overwhelms you. Ignorance torments you. But the time has come when powers and the dormant gifts in men awaken, announcing as heralds that a new time has arrived. 7. Religions, science, and the justice of men will try to prevent the advance of what will be for them strange and evil influence. But there will be no power that can stop the awakening and advancement of the Spirit. 8. The day of liberation is near. 9. Also in this time I have had my prophets as I had them in the early days. Every spokesperson has been a prophet, because through his lips I have spoken to you of what is to come. 10. My word in this third era, collected in writings, contains many prophecies for the humanity of tomorrow. I have predicted what will happen when many years have passed, and I have told you about tests that will be fulfilled in other time. To prove the truth of my prophecies, I have given you some that you have already seen come true. That's why between this people there are hearts with unshakable faith that have seen the fulfillment of my word in wonder and joy. 11. Not only is the spokesperson within my manifestation a prophet at this time, this people, by raising their spirit, listening to me, has felt the awakening of their dormant gifts and has emerged as a prophet. Some see, others hear, others sense. 12. The Master tells you, prepare yourselves, develop your gifts, that they guide you along the path of light, so that your works, words, and thoughts always carry the essence that emanates from the truth. 13. History collected the names of the prophets of old, many of whom announced the time that you are living. From Joel to John, they anticipated the history of humanity. 14. Those names will be remembered again, when the peoples awaken to the truth that those men, sent by me, they had already revealed to you. 15. Today I tell you that the prophecies of my new lessons will be linked to the prophecies of the first times, because they all speak to you of a single revelation. 16. Blessed are the children of this time who, in their faith, in their zeal, and in their love for the Father, resemble those first prophets, because by his mouth my Spirit will speak to the men of this time and of future times. 17. Do not grieve if I tell you that your names will not go down in history. If you are already humble, you will know how to do charity with your right hand, trying to be ignored by the left. 18. Pray, people, enlighten yourselves with the light of my word, so that the light of your conscience may guide you in each one of your steps. 19. Today I have called you heirs of my glory, because you are destined to possess my kingdom. 20. When you sprang from me, you were endowed with all the attributes necessary to travel the long path of life and knowing how to return to the starting point. None of these gifts has been acquired in a day. Everything was possessed by the Spirit from its beginning. Consciousness is innate to the Spirit. It is light. At every step he is advising you to do merits to help him return to the Father. 21. Sometimes the Spirit strays from the path, then finds it again. At times he walks diligently, then it stops. It is that there is no longer path, nor with more proof than that of the evolution of the Spirit. 22. How much harm has been done to those who believe that at the moment of death they can achieve spiritual glory. Those spirits do not know how to look in this life beyond what they have wrought in their imagination. 23. When Demas, who recognized the power of Jesus, from his cross confessed his faith in the divinity of Christ and humbly asked him to remember a sinner, he, contemplating how that being reached in that immediately the purification by repentance, by faith and by pain, promised to take him that same day to paradise. 24. The Master wanted to make you understand that the Spirit, when it is purifying, returns to the regions of peace and light, from where he can fulfill that command to love his brothers, inspired by the love of the Father, which is the only scale that exists to reach the perfect kingdom. 25. You all have the right to possess my kingdom. You are all destined to reach me, even if they are the most sinful and imperfect. When you will conquer as Demas did, with your love and faith, with your humility and hope, that world of peace, from where you will begin to present before your God those works that are the perfect tribute of the Spirit for the Father, who created you with so much love and who destined you to dwell with him in perfection. 26. I have disinherited no one. In all are the gifts that one day will make them repent of having sinned, and later they will be inspired by the greatest works. 27. Once again I am manifesting myself among you. Every spirit is a temple of the Lord. Every mind is an abode of the Most High. Each heart is the sanctuary of the divine shepherd who leads his sheep towards eternal life. The Lord touches the spirits with his justice and purifies the thoughts with his light. 28. Truly I tell you, I am not a visitor. I am the eternal dweller of your spirit. I am the light and the life present in you. Who can extinguish my light in your spirit? Then let that bright star be manifested on your way. 29. If men did my will imitating Jesus, who on earth only did the will of his celestial Father, how great and beautiful would be the manifestations of your Spirit, in works, in words or thoughts. 30. I am preparing my dwelling within men, both in those who love me and in those who do not know, so that my light may have your spirit as a kingdom. Here is my light made revelation and doctrine. It is the message of the promised Comforter, the one who announced to you that which was to come. The long-awaited has now come. Just wait for the lethargic hearts of the awakened men to shine on them like the light of a new dawn. Then you will see that, despite the times past, the truth remains the same because it is immutable. The truth is God, and a proof of this can be found in nature, one of many expressions of your Creator. Well, just as I show myself through nature, so I want to manifest myself in you. 31. Humanity, wake up, analyze the word of the one who was to come and who is already among you. The one who sustains the spirits has arrived. He who illuminates the path of your evolution is sending his light from above. using the human brain to translate divine inspirations into words, words that reach the troubled heart, the troubled spirit, the sick, and the hungry. Who receives this light on his spirit, its power is increased. My divine force is the one that moves the universe, and the one that reaches you as a caress. Each of these messages is a thought of mine. 32. Humanity. I will save you and make you the perfect interpreter, to express my will. Oh, disciples who hear me in these moments, if you cannot understand everything, at least feel this love, this effluvium of life that reaches you. My light will save you in this era. 33. What greatness can the human have without the divine? My light is what embellishes everything that exists. Let that shine in your being and in your works, and you will feel the joy of living imitating me. 34. See that I, being the Word, am not only Word but also work. Proof of this I gave you by incarnating in that time to live with you and set an example. I was truly a man, but that body did not have in its formation the slightest sin or the slightest stain. It was a true temple, from whose interior the word of God sprang. He who raised the humble and with a word healed the sick. He who blessed the children and sat down, he is the one who now comes to the table of the poor. It is the same word. It is the light of truth that you saw appear to the east and whose radiance is illuminating the west. Today I do not appear incarnate in a man. I come to manifest myself through men prepared by me and born to fulfill this mission. Truly I tell you, to these for whom I have given my word, I prepared before they came to earth. Then I led them from their birth, and now that I use them, I'm still preparing them. 35. I would like to tell you about many spiritual teachings, but you cannot understand them yet. If I revealed to you from what abodes did you descend to earth, you could not conceive how you lived in such places. Today you can deny that you know the spiritual valley, because your spirit, being incarnate, is forbidden its past, so that he does not puff up, or succumb, or despair at his new existence in which he will have to start as a new life. Even if you wanted to, you could not remember. I only grant you that you retain a thought or intuition of what I reveal to you, so that you persevere in the fight and have conformity in the tests. 36. You can doubt everything I tell you, but in truth, that valley was your home when you were spirit. You were dwellers of that mansion in which you did not know pain, in which you felt the glory of the Father in your being, because there was no stain on it. But you had no merits. It was necessary that you leave that heaven and you would descend into the world so that your spirit, through its efforts, would conquer that kingdom. Little by little you were descending morally until you felt very far from the divine and the spiritual from your origin. 37. My voice of teacher has always been speaking to you to teach you. You have recognized it for its essence of love. But when you have insisted on your mistakes, then pain, inexorable teacher, has come to make you understand your disobedience. Today a thorn and tomorrow another have come to form in your temples a crown of painful experience. Why don't you learn the love of me, letting yourself be guided by my teaching that it hurts no one and it does soften your heart when it says to you, love one another. He who loves his brothers loves his Father in them. 38. I loved you before you existed. I caressed you in me, and when you were born I made my divine tenderness felt. If you love your Father like that, you have to love your older brothers and your younger brothers, knowing that every man that exists is because God so has wanted, and that each creature is the form of a divine thought. Also think that you are not only brothers of men, that there are many creatures that, even lacking in spirit, they are your brothers, who you can call minors, but that does not, for that reason, cease to have as Father the same as I am to you. Know your place in the middle of life so that you duly fulfill your mission. 39. When the light of my doctrine is truly received by your spirit, you will yearn for heaven much more than you do now for the goods of the earth. He who yearns to achieve the virtues of heaven, to achieve the elevation of his spirit, he feels an interior flame that illuminates him, and he hears within himself a hymn of love from a Father. That light is what makes you feel the presence of the one who dwells in you, who comes to show you the best way to reach the promised land, moving away from the paths where men leave traces of pain through the ages. 40. When at that time I was among my disciples, my departure being near, I told them on a certain occasion, Behold, you will soon cease to have me among you, because I am going to the Father from where I came. Now I say to you, do what I do, and heaven will be yours, even for less than what I did, if you so want. 41. Penetrate the light of that eternal dawn so that you will not contemplate the night again, because in the spirit of the enlightened ones, of those who have kept my teachings, darkness must not appear. Like the night is the spirit of the materialized. Like the dawn is that of the one who seeks spirituality. Let that your spirit manifest its light, which is like letting mine shine. 42. Be teachers of what I have taught you, but first, be deaf to the voice of temptations, to the worldly noise of frivolities and vanities. Hear my voice in silence, then you will receive my message. 43. None will be lost. Some will arrive first by the path that I have indicated, and others will arrive later by the paths they follow. In all religions, man will be able to take that teaching that is necessary for him to become good. More when he doesn't succeed, then he blames the religion he professes and remains what he always has been. Every religion is a path, some more perfect than others, but all tend towards the good and seek to reach the Father. If something of the religions that you know do not satisfy you, do not lose faith in me. Go on the path of charity and you will be saved, because my path is illuminated by the virtue of love. 44. Thus I come to prepare my home, my temple. When I speak to you of my abode, I do not speak of your body, but of your spirit, because that abode I am building on eternal foundations, not on what is passing. 45. Many have come to this manifestation hungry for my word of life, while others do not yet feel these lessons. It is my turn to hunger and thirst for love and seek my light. 46. Humanity. I see that you fear the storm that hits you. Do not fear her, that I will appease her, as long as you believe in me and listen to my voice. If you still do not know how it is listened to in silence, come to learn from me, that I am teaching through these prepared understandings, or wait for this message to come from spirit to spirit up to you. This message has light for all religions, for all sects and beliefs, and for the different ways of men. Moreover, what have you done with my word, disciples? Is this how you let the tree flourish? Let it give flowers, because they will be the announcement that there will be fruits later. Why do you hide these messages and do not give the world the surprise of this new era with the good news? Why don't you dare tell the world that the voice of Christ is vibrating between you? Speak and bear witness to my teaching with your works of love, because if some will close their ears so as not to hear you, others will open them, and your voice will be so sweet and harmonious like the song of the nightingale. 47. My word of this time will not erase what I told you in the second era. Centuries and ages will pass, but the words of Christ will not pass away. Today I come to explain and reveal the content of what I told you then, and that you did not understand. 48. I am the sower of yesterday. Today I grow, and tomorrow I will gather the fruit. But my truth is the same in all time. You live not only on the bread of the earth, but also on mighty chains. Your body will go to the bowels of the earth, and it is to your spirit that I come to say, get up and walk, come back to me. 49. My word in another time became a man to teach you by example to love you. Because if with word only I would have taught you, the world would have said, he spoke and did not do. I was among you to teach you, because that's what I came for. What could I learn from men that I ignored? Nothing. I dedicated that life to humanity. In the temples I was a light among the doctors of the law. When there were 3 years to go before I left the land, I went out to teach men in the fields, on the banks of the sea or rivers, in the squares. For all I spoke, I stopped giving my teaching to none. 50. Today you say to me, Master, the world is the same despite your sacrifice, your word and your spilled blood. It is true, humanity has shed its blood to soak the earth. It has not been for love, but out of greed, out of wickedness. He has shed the blood of his brother whom he does not love. 51. Many make my image and cover it with silks, gold and precious stones, while leaving the poor to die of hunger and cold. But my divine plan is stronger than the hardness of men, and it will be fulfilled. Oh, of those who lie! It would be better for them to confess their faults and not for them to feel better than others, because your consciousness will not give you rest even in sleep. Those who try to cover their spots with the mantle of the hypocrisy, they are whitewashed sepulchres that keep rottenness inside. If you want to walk by my roads, do what my doctrine teaches. Imitate me, take up your cross and come with me. 52. My children, do you find something wrong in my message? Am I hurting you with this word that contains only love for all? Search it and you will find nothing impure in it. 53. Written will this message remain that will remind you of the time when I manifested myself. And many will arrive remembering how close they had me. Also in the second era, my apostles did not love me so much when I was with them, like after I left. While they were walking with me, they did not give their lives for me. Then they gave everything when they had their master for love. When the voice of Jesus was no longer heard, then the disciples did suffer. They wanted to have me again, and they never loved me like then. It is that it already reigned in their hearts. So I want it to happen with you. 54. By the peace you feel in your spirit, you can recognize my presence. Nobody but me can give you the true peace. A spirit in darkness could not provide it. I tell you this, because many hearts fear lures of a tempting spirit, which men have given life and form according to their imagination. 55. How wrongly has the existence of the Prince of Darkness been interpreted? How many have come to believe more in his power than in mine? And how far from the truth men have walked in this? 56. Evil exists. From him have derived all vices and sins. The sinners, that is, those who practice evil, have always existed, the same on earth as in other homes or worlds. Moreover, why do you personify all the existing evil in a single being? And why do you compare it with the divine? I ask you, what is an impure being before my absolute and infinite power? And what does your sin mean before my perfection? 57. Sin is born of the Spirit. The Spirit sprouting from God. Some remained in good, while others by deviating from that path, created a different one, that of evil. 58. The words and parables that figuratively I gave you as a revelation in the first era, they have been wrongly interpreted by humanity. The intuition that men had about the supernatural was influenced by their imagination, and they came to form around the force of evil, sciences, cults, superstitions, and myths that have survived to your days. 59. Demons cannot spring from God. These you have forged with your mind. The concept that you have, that being that at every step you make me an adversary, it is false. 60. I have taught you to watch and pray, so that you free yourself from temptations and evil influences. The same can come from human beings than from spiritual beings. 61. I have told you to superimpose the spirit over the flesh, because the latter is a weak creature that is at every step in danger of tripping if you don't watch over her. The heart, mind, and senses are the door open for the passions of the world to scourge the spirit. 62. If you have imagined that beings of darkness are like monsters, I only see them as creatures imperfect, to which I extend my hand to save them, because they are also my children. My peace be with you.